Realtors now work for free. That may be a headline that you just recently read in regards to the NAR settlement that rolled out, and that absolutely is not correct. For a long time, sellers have historically covered the cost of both the listing agent and the buyer's agent because they had the equity they were sitting on, and when they look at the net of what they would make, the consideration was always what that cost would be to hire professional services in order to sell their home for the highest net with the most exposure and the highest demand for their home. There's a lot of data out there that shows that information to be true. However, with the new headlines, the buyer's agency agreement now has us negotiating with our buyer before we ever go and show a home what our costs for our services are in order for us to represent and roll out all of the different things that we do for our buyers in that transaction. So moving forward, there's a lot of misinformation as well, because in the state of Georgia, we have had buyer brokerage since the early 1990s when a Beretta took place. However, now there is a rule nationwide that before a door is opened, if you are a realtor, that you have this buyer agency agreement in place, which not only discusses our services, but the compensation piece. So we have negotiated our services with our buyer before we come and make an offer on a home. Historically, we know that buyers do not have the additional money to cover a buyer's agent. They have the money for their closing costs and for their down payment. So moving forward, you're probably going to see offers with some additional cost asked for to help offset some of these fees if the seller is not willing to offer cooperation. But we know it's in their best interest. We know that when sellers allow for this additional compensation to be paid, that they're going to have a larger buyer pool than those sellers that are not offering compensation. Moving forward, there's a lot of questions that a lot of folks still have. I got several calls this week with buyers and sellers both saying, hey, can you break this down? Can you explain it to me? And I'm happy to have those conversations and elaborate on this further. Read the comments below for additional information.